The metallic screech of twisted metal echoed across the barren landscape as Commander Jackson Reed's salvage ship touched down on Kithra's surface. Red dust swirled around the landing struts, painting everything in the color of dried blood. Through his helmet's visor, Jackson surveyed the devastation before him. What had once been a thriving alien settlement now lay in ruins. Buildings collapsed like broken bones against the crimson sky. "Sensors are picking up one life sign," reported his navigator through the comm. "Sector 7, about 2 clicks northeast." Jackson shouldered his pack and activated his scanner. The readings were faint, erratic. Whatever was alive out there wouldn't be for much longer. His boots crunched against debris as he navigated through the wreckage, strange architectural fragments that curved like seashells, their iridescent surfaces now cracked and dulled. The life sign led him to what appeared to be a partially collapsed nursery. Soft, bioluminescent panels still flickered weakly along the walls, casting ethereal shadows. That's when he heard a sound that transcended species barriers. The universal cry of a mother in anguish. "Please," came a voice, weak but desperate. "Please help us." Jackson rounded a fallen beam and stopped. Before him knelt an alien female, her elongated limbs wrapped protectively around a bundle of shimmering cloth. Her skin was the color of moonlight, marked with intricate patterns that pulsed faintly with each heartbeat. But it was her eyes, large silver orbs filled with tears, that struck him most. In them, he saw a desperation he recognized from his own darkest moments. "My baby," she whispered, her voice breaking. "Nix is dying and I have nothing left to give." Jackson knelt beside her, his scanner detecting 2 life forms, one infant, both fading fast. The child in her arms was barely breathing, its tiny chest rising and falling in shallow, irregular gasps. Where human babies might be pink and warm, this little one was growing pale and cold, its own bioluminescent markings dimming like dying stars. "What happened here?" Jackson asked gently, though he kept his weapon ready. Experience had taught him that even desperate parents could be dangerous. "The harvesters came," she replied, the word carrying weight like a curse. "Energy crystals, our power sources, our hope. Without the life crystals, the young cannot survive. They wither like flowers without sun." She looked up at him with those haunting eyes. "You're human. Yes, you're people. They have technology, medicine. I have nothing to trade, nothing to offer, except this my child's life hangs by a thread. If you have any mercy in your heart, any compassion for a mother's love, please help me save Nix." Jackson felt something shift inside his chest. He'd seen plenty of tragedy in his years of salvage work, but there was something about this moment, this mother's raw, desperate love that reached past his professional detachment. "Where can we find these life crystals?" he asked. Her silver eyes widened with the first spark of hope, deep in the planet's core. "But the journey will kill us all." Dr. Mira Voss's hands moved with practiced precision as she examined the dying infant through her portable medical scanner. The child's vital signs painted a grim picture: cellular degradation at the molecular level, energy pathways shutting down one by one, like lights going out in a vast city. "I've never seen anything like this," she murmured, adjusting her equipment. "It's as if the child's entire biological system runs on some form of crystalline energy matrix." Zara clutched Nix closer, her luminescent skin patterns flickering with anxiety. "Our young are born connected to the planet's heart. Without the resonance crystals, they cannot maintain their life force." Mira pulled out a small energy cell from her medical kit. "This might buy us some TMA, temporary power source, to stabilize Nix's cellular functions." She carefully attached microconductors to the infant's chest. The baby's breathing steadied slightly, but Mira's expression remained grave. "Maybe 6 hours, 8 at most." A shadow fell across the nursery entrance. "You're wasting your time. Off-worlder." They turned to see a tall, lean alien with bark-like skin and eyes like amber jewels. Geometric tattoos covered his arms, marking him as different from Zara's people. "Torin," Zara whispered, her voice a mixture of surprise and old pain. "Hello, sister," he replied, though the word carried no warmth, still trusting the kindness of strangers, I see. Jackson stepped forward, hand instinctively moving toward his sidearm. and you are someone who knows these caves better than anyone alive. Torin's gaze fixed on the dying child. The resonance crystals lie 3 kilometers down in the Chamber of Echoes. The path is treacherous, guarded by creatures that have fed on crystal energy for millennia. Then you know why we have to try, Myra said firmly. A harsh laugh echoed from behind. Torin. Another figure emerged from the shadows, a scarred human with cybernetic implants covering half his face. His clothes were torn and stained with the red dust of Kithara. Cale Brennan, Jackson, recognized him immediately. I thought the mining collapse killed you. Killed everything else about me, Cale spat. It's left me with just enough sense to know suicide when I see it. Those crystals? They're guarded by Shrieker's creatures that can liquefy your bones with their screams alone. Mira checked her scanner again. The baby's energy levels were still dropping. You don't have a choice. Without those crystals, this child dies anyway. Torin studied the infant, something softening in his expression. The Shriekers sleep during the thermal vent's active cycle. We'd have maybe 2 hours before they wake. That's not enough time, Cale protested. It has to be, Zara whispered, tears streaming down her face. I cannot watch my child fade away knowing we could have tried. Mira began packing her medical equipment. Then we move fast, and we move smart. Cale, you know the mine shafts. We're Torin. You know the creatures. I'll keep the baby stable as long as possible. Jackson shouldered his pack. I'll make sure we all come back alive. In her arms, baby Nyx stirred weakly, as if sensing the hope and determination surrounding her. Scout Riley Chen rappelled down the jagged cliff face, her thermal imaging goggles cutting through Kathira's perpetual twilight. 300 meters below, the entrance to the resonance caves yawned like a hungry mouth, steam rising from its depths. Thermal vents are active, she reported through her cum. Shriekers should be dormant for the next 93 minutes. Above her, the rescue team prepared their descent. Dr. Voss had rigged a portable incubator for baby Nyx, the makeshift device humming softly as it maintained the child's fragile life signs. Zara never left her infant's side, whispering ancient lullabies that seemed to glow in the alien script tattooed along her arms. Movement down there, Riley called out, adjusting her scope. Something's watching us. From the cave mouth stepped a figure that made everyone freeze. At first glance, it appeared human-tall, graceful, wearing tattered robes. But as it moved closer, its features shifted like liquid mercury. It became slits, skin rippled with scales, then smoothed back to flesh. A shapeshifter, Torin hissed, his grip tightening on his plasma rifle. The creature looked up at them with Riley's own face, speaking in her exact voice. Turn back, surface dwellers. The crystals you seek carry a price your species cannot comprehend. Riley felt a chill seeing her own features twisted by alien intelligence. Who are you? The shapeshifter's form flowed again, now resembling Torin. I am Vex, last guardian of the deep sanctum. I have watched civilizations rise and fall, all seeking the power that lies below. The crystals do not give life, they devour it. Zara's voice cracked with desperation. You're lying. My people have used the crystals for generations. Your people took only what the planet offered freely, Vex replied, now wearing Zara's face. But these crystals in the deep chamber, they are the planet's heart itself. Remove them, and Kithara dies. The baby's energy levels are dropping faster, Dr. Voss reported grimly. We have maybe 4 hours left. Cale checked his mining scanner. There's truth in what it says. These readings show massive energy displacement if we remove the core crystals. But there are smaller resonance stones in the outer chambers. They might be enough. Vex's form shifted to mirror Cale's scarred features. The outer stones lost their potency when the harvesters disrupted the network. Only the heart crystal can save the child now. Then that's what we take, Jackson declared, and condemn an entire world. Vex's voice echoed with centuries of pain. I have seen this choice before. The few saved at the cost of the many. Suddenly, a deep rumble shook the cavern walls. In the distance, something vast stirred in the depths the first shrieker. Awakening early as the thermal vents began to cool, Riley checked her chronometer. 47 minutes of safe passage left, and we haven't even reached the first checkpoint. If responding to their urgency, baby Nyx let out a weak cry that seemed to resonate through the crystal formations around them, making them pulse with sympathetic light. The child calls to the stones, Vex whispered, wonder replacing suspicion. Perhaps there is another way. Engineer Marcus Webb's fingers flew across his portable diagnostic unit as the team reached the Chamber of Echoes. The cavern stretched beyond their light's reach, filled with crystalline formations that sang with harmonic frequencies. At its center, a pillar of pure energy rose from floor to ceiling, the heart crystal, pulsing like a massive cosmic heartbeat. Incredible, Marcus breathed, his sensors going wild. The energy output is off the charts. This isn't just a power source, it's alive. Baby Nyx stirred in her makeshift incubator, her tiny hands reaching toward the crystal. The moment she moved, every formation in the chamber resonated in perfect harmony, creating a symphony that seemed to bypass the ears and speak directly to the soul. She's responding to it, Dr. Voss observed, monitoring the infant's vitals. Her cellular energy is stabilizing just from proximity. A presence filled the chamber, ancient, vast, and patient as stone. When it spoke, the voice came from everywhere and nowhere, reverberating through the crystal formations themselves. I am the Oracle, keeper of Kithra's life force. For 10,000 cycles, I have maintained the balance between giving and taking, creation and destruction. Vex bowed deeply. Great Oracle, these surface dwellers seek to take the heart crystal to save their young, and in doing so, would silence the songs of 1,000,000 crystal singers across Kithara, the Oracle replied. One life for countless others. This the choice you would make? Zara stepped forward, her eyes blazing with desperate determination. Then take mine instead. I offer my life force to power the crystal. Let my energy sustain both my child and your world. Mother, no, Torin whispered, and for the first time, real emotion cracked his stoic facade. Marcus studied his readings frantically. Wait, there might be another solution. The energy pattern here, it's not just about raw power. It's about resonance, frequency matching. He looked up at the Oracle's crystalline form. What if we could create a harmonic link instead of removing the crystal? Explain, small engineer. The baby needs continuous energy, but not necessarily from this source. If we can create a resonance crystal that maintains a harmonic connection to the heart crystal like a sympathetic frequency generator. Marcus pulled components from his pack: quantum resonators, harmonic amplifiers, molecular bonding agents. I can synthesize a smaller crystal using the baby's own biosignature as a template. It would be permanently attuned to her life force and to this chamber. The Oracle's presence seemed to consider this. Such a bond would make the child a bridge. Between worlds, she would carry Kithra's song within her always. But she would live, Zara whispered. More than live, Vex added. Understanding dawning in those shifting features. She would become a healer, able to share Kithra's gift with other worlds. Marcus worked with desperate precision as the infant's energy continued to fade. I need a fragment of the heart crystal, just enough for the resonance matrix. The Oracle's voice held something like hope. If the child accepts the bond willingly, it shall be done. Baby Nyx opened her eyes, silver like her mother's, and reached toward the crystal with a soft musical cry. 6 months later, the settlement of New Harmony sprawled across Kithra's red plains like a crystalline garden. Human prefab structures intertwined with organic alien architecture, their surfaces embedded with resonance crystals that hummed with gentle energy. Commander Jackson Reed stood on the observation deck of the central hub, watching as Nyx, now a healthy, glowing infant, played in her mother's arms. The child's laughter had a musical quality that made nearby crystals chime in response, creating spontaneous melodies that drifted across the colony. The bioscans are incredible, Dr. Myra Voss reported, joining him at the viewing window. Nyx's cellular structure has completely stabilized. More than that, she seems to be generating her own harmonic field. Plants grow faster around her. People report feeling more energized. Below them, Marcus Webb worked alongside Torin and Vex, installing a new array of communication crystals that would link New Harmony with 3 other worlds. The shapeshifter had proven invaluable as a cultural translator, their ability to mirror other species making them perfect ambassadors. The mining operation on Zarian 7 is requesting assistance. Mark is called up to them. Their workers are showing signs of radiation poisoning from their old extraction methods. Send a healing team, Jackson replied. Include Zara and Nyx if she's willing. It had become their new mission. Nyx's unique resonance allowed her to interface with different planetary energy matrices, creating healing crystals attuned to various world-specific needs. What had started as one desperate rescue had grown into something unprecedented, an interspecies healing network. Kale emerged from the deep mines, his scarred face split by an uncharacteristic grin. The new crystal gardens are exceeding all projections. We're producing enough resonance stones to supply 17 colonies, and the planet's core energy is actually increasing. The Oracle's voice whispered through the settlement's crystal network. The child has taught us that healing multiplies when shared rather than hoarded. Cathara grows stronger with each world we touch. Riley Chen's voice crackled through the comes from orbit. Incoming vessels looks like the Centauri medical fleet. They're requesting permission to establish a permanent healing station. Granted, Jackson smiled. Tell them to bring their worst cases. As the day shifted toward evening, the three sons of Cathara painted the sky in brilliant oranges and purples. The settlement's crystals began their evening song, a harmony that now included human instruments, alien vocal patterns, and the pure, joyful laughter of children from a dozen different species. Zara approached the observation deck. Nyx nestled against her shoulder. The baby's silver eyes surveyed the bustling colony with ancient wisdom. She's dreaming of other worlds, Zara said softly. I can feel it through our bond. Places where the sick wait for healing, where the broken need mending. Then we'll take her to them, Jackson promised. All of us together, as if in agreement. Nyx reached out her tiny hand toward the stars, and the entire settlement resonated. With harmonious light, a beacon of hope echoing across the galaxy, calling to all who needed healing to come home.